You're good to go.
Good morning, everybody. I, Michael Gage, is here to interview Mr. Bo Adams. Good morning, Mr. Bo Adams. How you doing?
Okay. How are you?
Well, I'm good. Me and you spent the last past couple hours getting everything ready to go, so I'm good. I am joined this afternoon by Superman for life, as another one of my supervising Mr. Adams. I am going to go over the hospital rules first. If you have any questions, would you please hold them to the end?
Okay.
You have to check the rules first.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. So I need you to run through your macros for me from uh, copy 10, 10 for copy to equipment management. Just put those in the chat for me.
Okay. Here we go.
That is very, very good. We like to see that. Those macros are very important. Okay, so I would like to read our hospital rules now. First rule is we do not, and I repeat, we do not resuscitate any patient around the hospital. We do not do that. Second part of that is blue territories, which are person versus person. We do not go there either while those events are going on. Main events like any kind of person versus person, we do not attend those meetings as medics. Two, and the last one, I'm sorry, and the last one is third, is the army bases. We do not resuscitate people around or near the army base. We don't even go near the army bases unless we are accompanied by our superiors. Two, we do not draw our weapons. We do not take lives as medics. We save lives or protect ourselves in the line of saving others. That's the only time we should see your weapon drawn. If I see you and I trained you, draw your weapon, I will petition for you to get fired. Because of the simple fact of the matter is you're a medic. You choose to save lives, not give them. I take them away. That's our mandate. When you put those gloves on, that's a mandate of ours. We do not stand around on the lobby floor. It looks tacky, and then it clutters up the lobby floor with people. Sometimes you'll see you stand on the floor, and one or two greens or somebody just standing around, and it kind of ticks off the patients because we're not answering, and then it's too much chaos. So we get behind the desk. That's where we distribute our medication for them. Do not come online and just sit around and not participate in the game. It's called AFK, it means away from keyboard. If you do, that's a 3-day ban, a demotion, and all your funds will be returned. If you do that and get caught, you will be. We have two seats, so two at each table in ranking order: brown, maroon, white. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Brown, maroon, blue, white, then green. Okay, and then also we allow three to line up down the hallway, but they also have to be in ranking order. If your Medicaid time in the box is more than 5 minutes, we ask that you go on medical runs. Do not stay around in the medical closet or stand around on the floor if your time limit is more than 5 minutes. It starts clutter, causes chaos. What we would like for you to do if your medication is under 5 minutes, we'd like for you to wait in the cafeteria. If you see most people wait in that medic closet and it just clutters things up. Even I am not allowed to use the front door yet. You can only use the front door if you are ranked 6 or above. Anything below level 6, do not use the front door. We use the elevators to go outside on floor 0. At rank 7, can not only use the front door, but they also can use the front parking lot. When you become a maroon, you have the option of spawning what looks like a city bus. Do not do that. The DCPIs and the upperheads are the only people who are allowed to do that, and as long as I've been here, they haven't done it, and I've seen them run down people who have. The way we communicate with each other is the chat. That above you is a chat. We do not even use our radios that is issued to us when we join the faction. And radio checks are mandatory. You always pay attention to that chat. Because if you don't, and we have a radio check and you missed it, you will, everyone will know about it. Oh man, I lost. Give me a second. I think my phone froze on me. Um, I said about the hospitals. I was at. Oh, okay. And we do not attend person versus persons matches unless a rank 7 or higher is with us. Do you have any questions about hospitals? Okay.
Just hang on 1 second, please.
Yes, sir.
I think you missed do not spawn the bus. Too.
There's a new rule that they have called 7.2 Abuse 2. AFK abuse using any errors, vulnerabilities, unaccounted features of the game mode, and or slash third person programs, clicker micros, to prevent disconnection from the server due to inactivity. This includes practice like AKF farming, where people stay on the where players stay on the game inactive with the game open. Punishment account 3 for a 3-day ban. Just like I was saying about AKF, don't go AKF. You standing around. If people catch you, just standing around, especially being a medic, you standing around downstairs in the lobby, it causes freaking chaos. Do you have any questions about the hospitals?
Not at this time.
Okay,
Hold on.
good.
So one of the rules is when you're at the desk, do not serve anyone with a gun out or if they are emoting.
Did I miss that? I missed that one.
Talk missing a gun. So yes, the rule. But the next thing you will receive is a taser at the white scrub level, and we will go over how to use it and the proper use of it at that time. But you are not allowed to have. We will get to the not having a gun in a second.
I'm going to even elaborate on what Dr. Brantley's talking about. I guess I like to think of it as bedside manner. Um, you're going to get your gun pointed at you. You're going to get cussed out. You're going to get told, make it, make it, make it. You're going to be disrespected a lot when it comes to that first floor. You already seen it because you've been down there. But, okay, unless they respect us by not all that emoji cussing us out and all of that stuff. Because, to be honest with you, what did we do wrong to them? As a matter of fact, we ain't even kill them. We just trying to help them. So you always make them respect you, you know, by being respectful, by, keeping order, by not following them up, by letting your ups handle it. Don't draw no weapon. Don't antagonize them back. You know, I like to call it de-escalation. Okay, so I'm gonna read the role playing rules. Rules. Sorry. Faction in RP is considered non-role behavior within the faction. Okay, that means killing people, drawing your gun, not resuscitating patients like you should, um, releasing prisoners from jail, any unacts of a medic or doctor actions that are pertained in real life, you must pertain in this game. If you do not, you'll get a 30-minute ban or up to 3 days in jail. RP 14 is sexual harassment. We don't really need to have this discussion. There's a lot of females that work here, and what I would say to you about this, because you already know, no LGBTQ, no, all that stuff. We don't do that. We don't
Please
disrespect our females, but also, I'm sorry.
please read the rules as they are written, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sorry. So, any form of non-consensual sexual acts, including simulating and exploding dialogue / action, use of ethnic or LGBTQ / slurs, or excessive action attention. All sexual actions require OOC consent, such as actions should be not occurred in public or frequently visited areas. Punishment is 60-minute mute, or 24-hour, or up to 24 hours or 30-day bans. RP 15. Disruption faction operation. Intentional provoking of faction members for entertainment or disrupting faction operation is prohibited. Punishment is 30 minutes in jail, 30 minutes in one state jail. RP 6. RP 6 acts acts against personnel. Emergency medical personnel are prohibited. Punishments for 90 minutes in one state jail or 12-hour ban. Do you understand the RP rules?
Yeah.
Um, there's another set of rules. Give me 1 second.
MD.
What are they, boss man? Yeah,
MD rules.
the MD rules. Where would I find? Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I know where they are.
If you go to Discord, you go to the faction, or not faction, but if you go to the one,
Can you guys still hear me?
yeah, we can hear you. If you go to one state, it looks like, I think, like little Japanese looking ticket. Click on there, and there should be the MD rules in there. It's at the very top.
Nah,
Okay.
he's glitched out.
No, I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
I'm here.
Yeah, we can hear
He
you.
said push the sorry, the book looking thing, right?
Right.
On here, yeah, you
It's a
can.
notebook. in rules. Scroll down
Okay,
to the
you read the
bottom.
general terms. Is that what it is? General terms, or
No, scroll to the
which one is
bottom.
it?
Section 10.
Player names, communication. 10. Okay, you said 10, right? Okay, okay. All right, I'm almost
Should
there.
say medical
Sorry.
faction rules.
Okay, yes. I'm sorry. I knew I had one more rules. Okay, MD1. Refusal to provide medical assistance. Refusal to provide medical assistance, including performing CPR or giving meds without justified RP reason, as long as there's no threat to the medic's life, including situations when armed players are present at the scene. Punishment is one reprimand from faction leaders. Providing medical aid during dangerous situations. Selling medication or resuscitating players in situations that are life threatening and to the health of both medic and the player, including but not limited to during a escalated conflict, an active shootout, and a turf war, etc. Punishment, a warning from faction leaders. Compliance with project rules. MD3. Medical personnel are required to comply with all established project rules. Punishment, from one warning to one reprimand from the faction leader. MD4, sorry. Improper RP behavior. Failure to apprehend, hmm, failure to apprehend to failure to do RP rules, which include interacting with players while provoking or while providing medical assistance or communicating with faction colleagues. Meaning you have to role play as a medic. Warning: one warning from faction leadership. Disrespectful behavior. MD 4.1. Disrespectful behavior towards any player is prohibited. One dismissal. Discretion. MD 10. MD 4.2. Non-compliance with orders. Failure to comply with leadership's orders or to observe the chain of command within the faction. One reprimand from the faction leader. MD 4.3. Assault on civilians. Assaulting a civilian with a taser, weapon, or fist without RP reason is prohibited by the faction. Punishment, dismissal from the faction. Use of weapons. MD5. Medical personnel are strictly prohibited from use of any weapons. Punishment, dismissal from the faction. Criminal activity. MD6. Intentionally associating with gangs, committing major crimes that including not limited to theft, vandalism, murder, or joining factions doing activities where medic participation is not intended. Punishment, dismissal from faction. The use of service vehicles for personal purposes. MD7. Using medical transport for personal travel when not on duty, including a civil job. Meaning, do not use your vehicle to do medical stuff and do not use medical stuff to do your stuff. Medical vehicles to do your stuff. MD8. Unauthorized issuing of recovery notes. Issuing medical certification outside of the hospital. Issuing medical certificates for money or comprehension. Warning from the faction leader is your punishment. Do you understand these rules as I've read them to you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So my next is I'm going to ask you a series of questions to see if you pay attention to what I was saying, and maybe to get to know you a little bit better. So my first question is, what makes you want to in a world where you can be anything, mechanic or criminal or police officer or soldier? Why did you choose the medic faction?
Well, Okay, so personally, I'm not much of a soldier, and I'm not so much interested in being a soldier. So that kind of rules that out a little bit. As far as police, in the real world, my association with the police has not been that pleasant. So I'm not really a cop person. So that kind of ruled that out. And I'm also not really a gangbangy type of person either. So, and I mean, you know, in real life and in this game, all I'm gonna do by gangbanging is get shot and get killed. That's it. End of story. Real life and this thing too. So it's like, okay. In real life, and of course, let's be honest, folks, get paid for it, right? Get paid nicely for it. Because I know doctors in real life make good money, and I'm pretty sure they make good money over here too. So, I just sort of, and honestly, like I just tried this out. I didn't know whether I was gonna continue it or not. Now I'm like, yeah, let's do this because this seems like the good way to go. And not be involved in, people who are walking around with AKs and shooting profanities of all kinds, which I won't mention here. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut you off because we have to go. We have to make the video kind of short, but just stick to the rules, Michael, and just ask him like why he wanted to join, and then some other stuff.
Yeah, so like I said, that's really the thing. I mean, some of the other things that are offered, I'm not really interested in, and this seemed to be a good fit. So I said, let's give it a go. And yeah, you're gonna find out a lot about my funny personality soon enough.
I like an honest man. I like an honest man. I like that. So my next question is: you witness a medic reviving someone improperly without RP, without using their macros and everything. What do you do?
That goes to the bosses. I would say, no confrontation with that person. Just let the bosses handle it because that's above my pay grade.
Yep. What we actually do is to always have your recording or your body cam on, so you can. There's no argument about the situation. All right. My next question is: when you're responding to an accident scene and there's multiple people around, all right, but you were called there for one person, who is your priority care?
I would assume priority would be the person that I got called for, and then obviously help other folks too as we go.
Good answer. Good answer. My next question is: a police officer asks you to revive someone that he's arrested. Do you?
The person needs reviving, so yeah, you revive them, and whatever happens after that is not my concern.
Well, that is breaking RP. We don't We don't do that because that's breaking RP. No cop would ever ask you to revive one of his arrestees. He would actually arrest him, and if not kill them, he wouldn't want you to revive him. Just remember that.
Wow. Okay.
That's,
Actually,
hold
they
on.
So
do. They
let's.
ask you to revive them so they
Hold
could
on.
arrest them and take them to jail.
Is that true, Doctor? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
If I'm
Yeah.
wrong, I'm sorry. My bad. Okay, thank you for
So,
that. Okay,
so the
that's why
question
they wear the
was,
white
so
coats.
the question as it's written says, if a police officer asks you to resuscitate someone um, without RP, what do you do?
Oh my God, that's exactly what it says. I'm sorry, I forgot the whole line. Okay, so my next question, and he's right. You do as the officer says. If he actually you do it if he uses proper role playing. If not, then you don't. So my next question is: you spawn into the game and you're coming into work in your personal vehicle, and you stop and you see some guys down. Do you resuscitate or continue to work?
Minute. I'm in a car.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I have to be in an ambulance for doing that kind of stuff. I gotta be in doing that, get an ambulance and then go out and do that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Good answer. So I'm gonna ask Mr. Boyd if you could ask your questions.
Right. If you caught the chief, the head chief, and a DCP having a disagreement on the first floor, what would you do and how would you handle that situation?
If he's having an argument with a civilian,
No, if you caught your chief, your boss, the big boss, and the DCP, which is right under them, which is your boss as well, if you caught them having a disagreement on the first floor, how would you handle that situation and what would you do?
I mean, I think if my body cam is on, I would probably record it, and then I would probably just advise whoever my direct soup is that it happened, and I have a body cam of it, and then ask for instruction.
Okay, good answer. Yes, first things first is you always want to have your body cam on and record a report. And then they are your colleagues and your bosses. You would try to get them off the first floor, try to get them down here, try to handle the situation. And if you can't do that, you would go ahead and call admin, which is slash help, and then they would tell you to put in the ticket. And that is just you sending the video on Discord and sending it to them.
Okay.
Dr. Barkley, you want to ask a question?
Sure. If you're on a CPR run and you get to the patient and they refuse to be revived or receive medication, what would you do?
Um, my feeling is that it's at that point it would not be me refusing to give them CPR or meds or pills or whatever it is. I guess in this case it would be CPR, but it would be them refusing that help. I don't think I on them be able to do at that point, unless I'm wrong about that.
No, that's the exact answer. If they refuse medication, just like we always say, keep your body cam on.
But yeah, it protects you just in case they come back to the hospital and say you refuse to resuscitate them. So don't give it to them. Record it and have it for your protection. Next question would be: you are on a CPR run. You arrive on the scene and you see a body in red, which is a gang member, and you see a medic at the scene. Who would you pick up first, and why?
I assume the medic is also down.
Yeah, they're both down, but the gang member is in a red circle.
So if the call is for that person in the red circle, then I would have to pick them up and take care of them. But then after would be the medical personnel.
Right. Yes. So you always pick up the person in red because they called you. Otherwise, you would not be in that particular scene without receiving the call and being in emergency mode. Are you able allowed to spawn the bus?
Sorry, ask that question again, please.
What day of the week are you allowed to spawn the bus?
Never.
Okay. You need DCP or chief permission. So good answer. Good.
I just one more question. Where do you see yourself in this faction in the next 3 months?
No, I want to continue to rank up. Now I'm committed to. I feel like I'm committed now to this faction and whatever. I want to rank up. You know, white coat and beyond. You know, as high as I can go. Because you know, part of it is, you know, rank up and be able to afford things that, you know, you can afford when you rank up like that.
For sure.
Superman, would you ask yours?
Do you know the 3 areas you're not supposed to pick anyone up at?
You cut out, boss.
Sorry.
You're glitching.
My bad. Do you know the 3 areas you're not supposed to pick people up at? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. Not in like hold on 1 second. I'm checking my notes because I just did notes. Give me 1 second, guys.
No, you're good. Take your time.
Yeah, so we've got no rezzing around the hospital, blue zones where there's PvP, and Army is also out of bounds.
That is correct. Good answer. And then, do you know why we follow the chain of command?
I like how you took notes.
Okay, the question was why we're following chain of command, but it got a little cut off. Sorry, guys.
No, yeah. So
Um,
why do we follow the chain of command?
For order.
More of like what is the importance of following the chain of command?
I think your answer was good. It was basic, but
Yeah.
it was good. I think that's the bottom line, because of order. If there's not order, there's chaos, and also these other people are putting a lot of work to have that respect. So I agree with your answer. It's plain and simple. Order.
Facts. It's about structure. You wouldn't want to just come up to the CEO, so you would go to your supervisor, and then let them go handle it with the big boss.
And take it from someone who feels like, who stepped over that boundary and had great intentions in stepping over that boundary, but there is a structure, there is a rule, there is that for a reason. They've earned that right for it to be that way. And even if you're passionate and everything, there's that in that area for a reason. It's respect too, as much as structure. Respect first, then structure.
But
But I believe you did very well, so I'm going to end the um, video. And I believe you're going to be in the white. I believe you're going to be great.
Thank you very much.
this concludes your interview.